Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of the Let's Talk Gamedev podcast. Today I'm going to be joined by TriangleDev, so would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hey everyone, my name is TriangleDev. I am a indie game developer, and I have my own YouTube channel on YouTube. So I make videos related to game dev challenges, tutorials, and basically game dev related stuff.
Okay, so the first thing I would like to ask you is how and why did you start Gamedev? So like, what were your inspirations and what are your goals looking forward?
Yeah, okay. So I started game dev because it was just like a little fun thing I saw. Like I used to play a lot of games and I was really curious on how, how they make the games. And, it was at the time when like coronavirus just started and like we were not going to school. So I was just got really bored. So, I took this question of mine to Google and I discovered Gamedev and I've been, doing it since then. My inspirations right now are I have a lot of inspirations actually, but the big ones are Blackthorn Prod, Brackies, Danny, and yeah, those are basically my inspirations for game development. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was getting started, Blackthorn Prod was a massive inspiration to me. Like, his tutorials were
Yeah.
like some of the very first that I followed when I was just getting started.
I actually started with Unity first, and then I was like, no, this is way too hard, so I found like Pygame and I was, sticking with it.
Interesting.
And
That's quite
then
similar to me. I also started with Unity. Well, actually, no, sorry. I started with Pygame. Then I kind of
yeah,
saw because I was watching YouTube videos on how to make games with Pygame, and the YouTube
yeah,
algorithm started recommending me Unity content, and I started looking into it,
yeah,
and I gave it a try for a couple months, but like eventually I
yeah.
decided I preferred Pygame, so I switched back to that. So now that's kind of primarily what I use.
Yeah, that's cool. So basically I started with Unity. I just like I was just searching like what is the best game engine for beginners, and I found Unity, so I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and try it. So like the first month of trying it, I had no idea what I was doing. So I was like I was at the urge to quit Unity, so I did, and I found Python and I started learning Python and doing cool stuff with it. And I found a module called Pygame and I've been using that for like 2 months. Then I kind of wanted like a lot more advanced things because like Pygame's like do it yourself,
Yes,
and
definitely.
it was like there wasn't really that many tutorials on how to do things, and I was just really stuck at one point and I just felt like I needed to move on with Pygame. I mean, I still use it today, but not that much, just for like smaller projects.
Yeah, that is one of the issues
Um,
with Pygame is that like if you're a beginner, there aren't nearly as many resources to learn from. Like with
yeah,
Unity,
yeah,
you can just look up Unity tutorials and be scrolling for hours because of just how many there
yeah,
are. But with Pygame, not so much. But I think like as
yeah,
time's
that's
going
true.
on, it is improving. Like
Yeah, that's true. The one thing I want to improve on Pygame is their documentation. It's just so bad.
yeah, it's so confusing. Like
I
whenever
know.
I'm looking like for something how to do something in Pygame, I always start like saying, "Ooh, there's something on the documentation." Then I read through the
Yeah,
documentation for a bit, and it's just so confusing. And then I just end up
yeah,
switching
that's
over to
true.
Stack Overflow or something.
Yeah, that's true. Then I searched for like I actually searched for like 1 month to find Godot, and I was like, or there I was actually first searching like for other Python game engines, but I haven't really found anything that popular as Pygame. So yeah, Pygame's like the most popular for Python.
Yeah.
So I searched like Python similar um engines, and I found Godot, and I've been using it since then. Recently I kind of want to, I like tried to go back into Unity just to, learn it right and not wrong. And I'm still progressing. So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, so I guess you've kind of answered my second question already, but why Godot over Unity? One question I have is that I've heard some people saying like Godot is quite confusing, and Unity's easier, and I've heard others say that like Godot is easier and Unity is harder. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing your opinion is that Godot is easier.
I mean, everybody has their own opinion, and yeah, my opinion is that Godot is easier than Unity. The only reason is that Unity has a lot of things to learn, and if you just start out with game development and choose Unity, some people like learn it in like 1 week, like pure talents, but like me, it took for like 1 month to start understanding some things.
That's interesting.
But Godot,
Sorry.
but like when I went to, but like when I went into Godot, like for some reason I could understand what I was doing, to be honest.
I don't use Godot, but from my research and like knowledge, I know that it has multiple languages that you can code in.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
true.
what do you use?
I use a
GD
standard.
script or C#?
Yeah, I use the standard GD script. I only use GD script because it's like similar to Python plus like every other tutorial actually uses GD script instead of C#.
Oh yeah, that must be a big part. Like
Yeah.
just using what
Yeah.
the tutorials have, because yeah.
But I do plan on sometimes switching to C# because
Yeah.
you know.
And I've heard that GD script is quite similar to Python.
Yeah, that's true.
Is
Very
it?
true.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like a sort of like a JavaScript / Python. It's like has a mixture of JavaScript and a little mixture of Python. Some people say it's Java. Some people say it's Java and Python, but like I feel like it's JavaScript and Python for some reason.
Okay, so if there's nothing else on this topic, then we can move on to marketing, because I think all game developers know these days that with the market being quite oversaturated compared to what it normally is, marketing plays a large role in determining your game success. So like, what have your experiences been with marketing so far? Because I know that like as a smaller creator, it's very hard to get people to see your stuff.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Basically, I actually created a commercial game in 3 days just to see how I could, see how like
video on it. It's really good.
Yeah. I just wanted to see how I could make a commercial game, and I wanted to get into the marketing part of game development for a bit. So I did a little experiment, and I basically you don't really need to, buy advertisement, like sometimes you see people on YouTube just advertising their channels and stuff, and that actually costs money. The best way that I believe for independent game developers and not using a single penny is by just tweeting your progress on Twitter and telling updates
really
and
useful.
stuff. Yeah, it is. And like if you have a Discord community, just share everything you have to them, and they'll give you feedback and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And like if you have a YouTube channel, you can just say, hey, if you have any suggestions, please do keep them in the comments below so I can see them. And, sometimes you get suggestions and it's really cool, and it just gets you motivated because people are hyped on what you're doing.
Yeah, having a YouTube channel, I think, is like really helps with the marketing stuff.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Other ways you can market your game are like Kickstarters.
Yeah,
and
Kickstarters.
stuff like
I've seen
that.
a lot of Kickstarters popping up recently.
Yeah, like for Monster Tribe. Recent year. Yeah.
That was a really good Kickstarter. That game.
Yeah,
really
it was. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Those are ways to get money as well as get fame or like recognition for your games,
Because that's another
which
big
is
part,
also nice.
the funding part.
Yeah. Like if you want your game on Nintendo Switch or like on Xbox, you're gonna have to pay some money. So like Kickstarter can really help. And yeah.
Yeah, Kickstarter can be really helpful with that.
Yeah. the one thing you want to know is like you don't want to make your advertisement look too cheesy.
Yeah.
Like you don't want it to look too cheesy. You just want to make it look natural.
Yeah.
But that's like a whole other topic, and
Yeah, like
it's really
that can
to go
take
through.
ages to just master the
Yeah,
skill of advertising
yeah,
properly.
yeah.
Yeah. And so one thing that we briefly touched on was having a YouTube channel. And since we both have YouTube channels, do you want to maybe like talk a bit more about your experiences with that?
Yeah, okay. So I started my YouTube channel like I actually officially started my YouTube channel 2 months ago. Officially in the sense means I actually started focusing on it and adding content on it because like I used to just post random videos like 2 weeks or 2 months and it was just bad, not consistent. So like 2 months ago I officially started my YouTube channel.
Was that on the same YouTube channel you're using now or a different one?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Okay.
It's the same one. So I started posting, just basic videos. They didn't really do well, but like once I found like a community, I just started, posting some of my videos on that community and it got a little recognition and I made a lot of friends as well. So like it was really awesome to make friends in the same topic that I like to be in, and it's just very interesting to talk about stuff about the same thing that
It's really nice to just have other
Yeah, it
people
is.
who are interested in the same stuff as you.
Yeah, that's true. And I was really enjoying it and I didn't want to stop at any time, so I kept on uploading and I have officially uploaded like 16 videos now, which is nice.
Nice. I see your channel.
And
I think your channel's growing quite fast. Like I remember when I started, I was stuck at 25 subscribers for so long.
okay. I don't really know what happened to my channel, to be honest. Like first, it took me like an entire month to get like at least 50 subscribers, and then like the last month has just been like an explosion of 100 subscribers, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
And
I've had
it's
a
a
similar
very nice
experience.
feeling. It's a very nice experience to have, and
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah, you were saying about like 50 and then suddenly jumping to 100. I had a similar thing happen to me.
Yeah.
So for me to get to 60 subscribers, it took, I don't actually remember, but I remember it took a long time. And then
Yeah.
like 2 weeks ago, I released my video, How I Learned to Make Games as a Teenager. I posted it to Reddit, and it actually made it to the top of r/Gamedev for a couple hours, which was really cool. And I got like 60 subscribers
Nice.
in under 24 hours.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Like when I started YouTube, my first 25 subscribers was like took me so long.
Yeah.
And then like the other day I just hit like another 25 subscribers.
Yeah, it's
And
insane how the
I'm like,
growth is just like exponential.
yeah, it is. It's just very nice to look back at what you've been doing for like the past month or so.
Yeah, for me,
And
I find
it
it quite
just
funny to go
drives your
back and
motivation.
cringe at my old videos.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Like
just like,
I used to like before I started officially my YouTube channel, I had like so many bad videos that I had to like just delete off the channel.
yeah. And it just like, when you're
Um,
starting out, just the things that you're doing, like, they seem good. But then just like, as you start
yeah,
improving, you just like can't help but just
yeah,
cringe at looking back at like the
yeah.
old
It's
stuff that you've done.
it's like my old videos, my audio was the worst. So like just looking back at them, I just wanted to like delete it, to be
Yeah.
honest. It just doesn't feel good. Like even if I go like another year, my recent video I just uploaded will be cringe to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's just what happens at the time.
yeah, like when I started, because my first 4 videos I think that I made didn't have my voice in them, and then
Yeah,
when I made my first video with my voice in it, like the microphone, I wasn't using any like external mic. I was just using the one
yeah,
built into my
Yeah,
laptop.
yeah,
It did not
yeah,
sound good.
yeah. That's what I used to do too. Yeah, that's what I used to do too.
Oh yeah, and then also the thumbnail. I didn't realize that like thumbnails needed to be in certain dimensions. So what I did
Yeah,
is I went to MS Paint and I just like
yeah,
set it to a random resolution and just made like this
yeah,
terrible thumbnail.
yeah.
And then just yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, like back then, I just didn't really care about anything, and I just like randomly added descriptions. Like I didn't really care about, keywords and all
Yeah,
that
I had
good
no idea
stuff.
about like
I just,
SEO optimization or any of that when I was
yeah,
starting.
yeah,
I didn't even know
yeah.
how to add
That's
tags to
true.
my videos.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So it's just speaking about thumbnails a bit, like what, and like editing in general. Like, what do you use to edit your videos, and like, what has your experience been with editing so far?
Yeah, I actually first started with DaVinci Resolve because it's free and
Mhm.
it was cool. I really liked it, but my PC couldn't really handle it. Like I don't have a good PC at all, so my PC couldn't handle it at all. So I had to delete it. And then I found Filmora 9, but it had like a watermark, which
Yeah,
also
I
sucked.
think I used Filmora once as well, and just like the watermark.
Yeah. And then I got Premiere Pro,
Nice. And for
and I've been
thumbnails?
using thumbnails. I actually use a website. It's called canva.com.
Oh, nice. I also use that.
Um, yeah, it's a very nice. It's
Yeah,
awesome. It has like so many presets you can use, and
yeah.
it's really nice.
Originally, I was using this app called Fonto, I think it was, and it was really nice. But like, because I was using it on my iPad, and whenever I transferred the thumbnails over to my computer, they just came out in this weird. They just had this
Yeah,
weird like quality. Like the quality wasn't really that high. So recently, like my
yeah,
last 3 videos, I've been using Canva, and it's been really good so
yeah.
far.
Um, I want to switch to Photoshop, but like it's pretty expensive. But like
Yes.
once if I start, getting money or something, if I
Yeah.
can, I would probably invest in like Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop. I don't think I'm
It's a
actually
good
using like
software.
any. Let me just think about it. No, I don't think I'm using any paid software at the moment for my videos since I use HitFilm Express to edit them, which I actually saw recommended on one of the Fluffy Potatoes videos. I'm not sure if you know him.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
I
was
do
like,
know.
oh, okay, this is free. I'm gonna try it out. And yeah, it actually it works really well. It's just like a free beginner friendly editing software.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I actually found the Fluffy Potatoes video on that as well. That was like my early days of YouTube. I was like, should I try this? And I did try it. I was really bad at it. I deleted it.
Okay, so here's a random question. Do you consider yourself
Yeah.
more an artist or a programmer? Like, what are your strengths and like what do you prefer doing?
Um, I like programming. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Um, I mean, I do enjoy artwork, but like it's time consuming.
Yes,
And
yes.
like I usually like to like for challenges, I usually start with artwork because
Interesting.
if I get it done quickly, I don't have to worry about it later. And then I can just focus mainly on the code and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I do for challenges, but like if I were to invest in like long-term projects, I would probably start out with like the basic, stuff.
Yeah.
Um, just coding in general and like worry about the artwork later.
Yes.
But like for game jams and stuff like that, you just gotta rush
Yeah,
everything
game
and
jams just you just gotta work fast. Like no
yeah, that's
coding,
true.
no neat
You just
coding. Just
you just gotta
just throw something
you just
together.
gotta yeah, you just
Yeah.
gotta chuck everything at one thing and then,
Yes.
if you get an error, just ignore it for a bit and then like
Yeah.
at the
Regret it
last at
later.
the last yeah, at the last 5 minutes you're like, oh shoot. And then you go back and you start.
Yeah.
Like I failed many game jams. Like I
Same.
failed 2 game jams, and like I've like only done like 8 game jams, and I failed 2 of them.
That's more than me. I need to really do some more game jams.
Yeah, my summer's fully planned for game jams. Like big YouTuber game jams, just like
Yes.
random game jams, which I find interesting.
Yeah.
Um, and just put them on my game jam list on itch.io and wait till they start.
Yeah.
Like that's probably gonna be my
It's so
summer.
annoying. I don't know if this happens to you, but it always feels like the big YouTuber game jams, like the GMTK, the Brackies game jam, the Black
Yeah,
Prod game jam. They always fall like on the month that like in the middle of writing my exams.
yeah, that's true. That's
And it's
true.
just like,
I couldn't.
oh,
I know. Like I couldn't do the Blackthorn Prod game jam, the Brackies game jam, and like um,
I know that the
there's a lot of other
GMTK
game
one's
jams.
coming up. Are you to do
Yeah,
that?
yes, I am. I
Nice.
am hoping I can. Like
Yeah.
on the day I got the notification, I just went to the jam page and just joined the
Nice.
jam.
When I
Like
saw it,
Ludum Dare. I even missed Ludum
yes,
Dare
I keep
because of
missing Ludum
stuff.
Dare just because I'm like busy on the weekend that it comes up on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next one because I want to join it.
Yes. I've never actually joined a Ludum Dare. I really want to at some point.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. And like smaller game jams. What are your thoughts on those?
They're fun.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're just like if you have like time for free, like I usually just join like a 3-day game jam and just chuck things together and like just post them.
That's cool.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like the smaller game jams because like there's less people, you get less intimidated,
Yeah, and
and
I'm
you
guessing
just
like I've never done. I don't really have much experience with game jams, and especially not smaller ones. But I'm guessing that like it's
yeah,
easier for your stuff to stand out. Like it's easier to get like ratings and
yeah,
people to play your game since
yeah,
there's less competition.
yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Like I usually like if I have like a weekend off, I usually just go to like the itch.io jam page and see which one I could join and just
Yeah,
join it
the
and make a
itch.io
game.
game yuck,
Yeah,
sorry, jam page is really is a nice place to find different
yeah,
jams. It's really nice that they've
yeah.
done that.
Like there's so many jams to join.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so what are your plans like for the future? Do you have any plans like looking forward to the rest of 2021 or just like any other goals in general?
Um, I guess I could be. I mean, there's like so many game jams to join, and I'm excited for those because like I'm probably going to be making videos on all of them,
Oh,
and I'm
nice.
just excited and seeing like what my YouTube channel will become after all those game jams,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna be fun.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about how people, start making games,
Okay.
like what their procedure is. I mean,
Yeah.
that's very interesting to talk about.
That was
And I just like to see
fun.
other people's opinions.
Yeah, funny enough, that was gonna be the video that I was gonna make this weekend if I wasn't studying for exams. Like just like how to
Yeah,
get started. Because I think a lot of people get
yeah,
confused just because of how many routes there are you can take.
yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Like with so many game engines just lowering the barrier to entry for starting using
Yeah,
their
that's true.
software, it can be quite
Like,
overwhelming.
it is very overwhelming. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, some people just search for a game engine and then go to images and see how it looks.
Yeah.
And some people get frightened actually to see how many buttons and twitches
Yes,
there
yes.
are
That,
to
that was one of
touch.
the things that scared me when I started using Unity. It was just like, whoa, there's a lot of stuff
Yeah,
here.
like if I press this, I might mess up the whole game, so
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
to be careful.
yes.
Like
Yes.
it gets scary at first, but like once you get used to it, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this won't do that, won't do this. You'll get used to it, and it won't be that scary at all.
one of the issues, I don't know if this was just me or when I started using Unity, sometimes it would just randomly crash on me and I would lose like a day's worth of progress. I don't really know if you
Yeah,
had the same experience.
I have actually.
Yeah.
So I was working on a game. It's called Sword of Fire. It's done. Like I don't
Oh,
want to work
nice.
on it anymore. So I've been working on it for 2 months. It had a lot of feedback. I had a lot of feedback. It was doing good.
That's cool.
And one day I just went to work with it, and Godot just told me like the project is corrupted.
Oh no.
So
Did you have a
and I
backup
was like,
or?
I didn't have a
Oh
backup because
yes.
I was I was like I was like GitHub is for nerds.
Yeah.
And like I was like, I don't use GitHub, and then that was like the biggest regret I did because
Yeah.
I could have just pulled up back up and I could have started working on it again. But I took another way because people were giving me feedback on games, so I was like, I can't just stop it here. So I created a new project and I started again from scratch, and I just lost all my motivation
Oh
to
no.
game.
Yeah.
So
When something goes wrong, like it was with Gamedev, you
yeah,
have to get the ball rolling, and then when something stops the ball from rolling, like a crash or something just goes wrong, it can be really
yeah.
hard to gain momentum again. I think I've had it to me
So I
like
was like,
twice.
so I just went on my Discord community and said, "Yeah, guys, the game's crashed." And
Oh no,
I
that must have
was
been the
really,
worst to try explain.
I was just, I was just really bummed out, and
Yeah.
I just didn't want to touch Godot for like a week. And I was like, okay, stop procrastinating, get back to work. And I just, I just wanted to make smaller projects because like bigger projects, this can
Yeah.
happen, like bigger projects. And I was like, all right, from here on out, don't think about big success first.
Yeah.
Just make smaller
Yeah,
games
small games. Small
until you get,
games.
used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess like you could say that that's kind of a benefit of using a graphics library over a game engine is just like the simple
Yeah,
fact that there's
that's
less
true.
stuff that can go wrong.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
like because I've barely had like any issues in terms of like crashes and losing progress with Python and Pygame just because like all it is just
Yeah,
writing the code. There's no fancy
yeah,
lighting or stuff that can
yeah, that's true.
crash. Like I've opened
That's true.
Unity projects up for the first time, like in I think it was the 2020 beta or something, and just like errors already.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Like since Godot is made of C++,
Mhm.
whenever I get errors, I get C++ errors, and I don't know C++. So it's really annoying. So I just have to copy and paste the error onto
Yeah.
Google and just see
Yes.
what the heck is wrong.
Yeah.
I
I think
wish they could fix that.
yeah.
I wish they could fix
I think
that.
we've all done that. Just like we see an
Yeah,
error, we don't know how to fix it. Copy and paste into
yeah.
Google. Click on the first Stack
Like
Overflow article.
like sometimes the error is so simple. I just get
Yes.
lazy of not reading it. I don't want to read it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I don't want to read this. I'm just gonna copy paste it and
Yes.
find a Stack Overflow. And then when I find the Stack Overflow, it's like I feel like reading it
Yes.
for some reason. Like I don't feel like reading errors. I feel like reading Stack Overflow.
Yeah. Stack Overflow is just like probably one
Yeah,
of
it's
the
good.
most useful websites as a programmer.
It is. Yeah, that's true.
Like forget the official documentation, just use Stack Overflow.
Yeah, Stack Overflow. Yeah.
Yes. So what else is there to like think about when you're starting out? I guess art is quite a
Like
big
a lot
thing.
of people just want to start a YouTube channel. I've
Yeah.
heard of it. Like people who start game dev, they see the cool guys like
Yes.
Danny and
Danny.
everybody else, and they're like, I want to be like him. And then they go to YouTube, they create a new account, and they're like, now what do I do? And then
Yeah.
just make YouTube videos, and they don't know how to market it. So like,
No.
I kind of want to talk about that.
Okay.
Like that was actually me. Like when I started a YouTube channel, like I found Danny. I was like,
Yes.
dude, his videos are epic. And then
Yeah.
like one of my videos, I
I
actually
think we've all
sort of
been
copied.
inspired
Yeah,
by Danny a little bit.
yeah. Like I actually sort of copied his style in one of my videos, and it looked good, but like I was in deep inside, I was like, this is not you. This is somebody else.
Yes.
And
Like it can be so
like I used to
tempting
get
to just take what
yeah,
someone else's, like you see a success recipe and you just
yeah,
copy it for yourself. But like I think the best way to
yeah,
do it
that's
is
true.
just like be yourself and yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Like I got a lot of comments like you're like Danny, and I was like, okay, I need to get my own style. I don't want
Yeah.
this because it just feels weird. Like it doesn't feel weird when you want to do it, and but like once you upload it and like people like all over the world can see it,
Yeah.
and they say that it's like your video like Danny, it just makes you feel like you don't want it anymore and you want to start
Yeah.
like something new, and that's
Like I think
so I've been like looking for my own style for a while.
yeah. I think that's something that I'm still working on actually, just like finding that.
Yeah,
I think it can like take like time. And also Danny's style, just like the way he makes his videos is like really hard to replicate because of like all of the
yeah,
elements, and you can clearly see
yeah,
that his videos like he puts a lot of time into them.
yeah, he does. He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. So I guess another kind of big aspect that people think about is like art and what style of art that they want to do like when they're starting out.
Yeah, yeah. So like when you start artwork, you're tempted to go onto the internet and just like look at somebody else's. And that's
Yes.
what I actually did. Like I was super bad at artwork, so I just used other people's artwork for like other stuff, and um I was like,
Yeah, same.
it'll feel much more satisfying if you make your own artwork. So
Yes.
I got a sprite and I just started, playing around with it, and like I had another game jam, so I was like, you know what? Let's make our own artwork. So
Nice.
I was like tempted, like I wanted to like look at other people's drawings and sort of replicate them.
Yeah.
And that's not bad. Like
No.
it's okay to
Yeah, I think
steal.
it's okay to be inspired by other people's styles, and it can really help you like
It's
just get
not
started.
okay to like yeah, it's okay to do that, but like it's not okay to copy paste.
No, no.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not good
Like
at
there's
all.
a big
Um,
difference between being inspired by something and copying something.
that's true.
Yeah.
Um, so I was like, okay, my pixel art was actually really bad at the time, so
Same.
I
When I
found like
started, oh my gosh, my pixel oh it's so bad. Like if you go back
yeah,
and look at my first like 2 games, I think, on my itch
yeah,
page, yeah, it's just like the colors and everything is just so
yeah. So like I started just going onto Google and just searching up like things I wanted. So like I could have just searched up if I were trying to draw a pizza, I could just search in pixel art, I could just search pizza, but I used to
yeah.
search pizza pixel art, and I found a lot of pizza pixel art drawings on the web, and I just used to find the best one that I thought looked good,
Mhm.
and just try to copy it. Like
Yeah.
I put it on the side, like on my side of my computer, and the other side is Face Sprite. I just looked at each and every pixel and then clicked, and like
Yes.
once the finished masterpiece was done, I like showed it to everyone. I was like, "Hey, I drew this, but clearly
Yeah.
it's somebody else's work, and I just stole it." So then I slowly started realizing that that's not how you do it.
Mhm.
So I found like color palettes
Yeah.
useful.
Color palettes are
So like
really like a good one.
yeah,
I'm still
so
learning how to use color palettes properly.
yeah, like you just basically go onto like websites like low spec, and like you find a nice color palette which you think is useful, and you just use that color palette and make stuff,
Yeah.
and you just get a lot more ideas because of the limited color you have. And
Yeah, that's
the
interesting.
game
That
will
like
also look very like the game will look all into theme, like
yes,
everything will look
yes.
so so good together. But like before I started doing that, Like there's so many random colors everywhere, and
Oh my
it
gosh,
just
yes.
yeah, and it was just very hard to look at. And sometimes I used to just feel like I'm just bad. So I started criticizing myself and like saying you're bad at art. And like I found a video made by Goodgis,
Yeah, good guess.
and he was like, yeah, he's like, don't just like criticize your art. Just say that you're bad, and I mean, he didn't say that you're bad. He said more like, just try to improve. So I just like, I took references. I started
Yeah.
like practicing my pixel art for a bit, just like randomly opening up Sprite, like if I had the time and just trying to doodle something. And
Yeah. Just like practicing.
I've actually got like a massive improvement
Yes,
in my
just
pixel art.
practice makes perfect.
Yeah,
Practice makes progress. I wouldn't necessarily say
yeah,
perfect.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So you were saying about how you were like copying artworks in the beginning.
Yeah,
I've
yeah, that's
taken it a
true.
step further. I've like taken the artwork and stolen the exact colors that they were using. Just
Yeah,
because like I couldn't work out how to make my colors look like this. So I would just like copy and
yeah,
paste, put the artwork into paint, and then just copy the exact
yeah,
colors.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I actually used a extension for like Google. It's called like a color picker. So I just click it and I get my
Oh, that's really
mouse
cool.
just wherever I move it, like it
That sounds
changes the
amazing.
color. Yeah, and like wherever I click, it just registers the color, and it was actually really useful.
That
To be
sounds
honest.
really useful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What's it
And
called? I might want. I kind of want to look at that now.
it's called Color Pick Eyedropper.
Thanks. I'll have a look at it when we're done.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And like another thing is that like visual scripting has become quite a big thing yet like recently. Like we've seen games like The First Tree. Like the
yeah.
guy who made that, he didn't write like one line of code with that. Like he just visual
That's true.
scripted the whole thing, which I find really interesting.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I do too.
yeah.
But like, it sometimes feels weird for me. Like in my brain, I'm like, dude, why does he do this? Why can't he just code it?
Yeah.
And just because I'm a programmer, I have that mentality
Yeah.
of, just like, why didn't he program it? Why did he use visual?
Yes.
I just, in my brain, I was like that. I didn't comment anything. I was just like, dude, in my brain, I was like, dude, stop this.
Yes.
And
Just like to
but
some
like
people,
other,
just programming just doesn't make any sense to them.
yeah,
Which is
that's
like
true.
interesting.
But then like I finally found out like it doesn't matter. People are different than
Yeah.
you. They can't all be like you. So I stopped criticizing people in my brain and just like, congratulated them,
Like it's
just,
really cool that like
writing.
because now we can
Yeah,
see games made like completely by artists. Like
yeah, that's true.
I mean like, they don't have to
Like
put any time into doing stuff that they don't
Unreal
like.
Unreal doesn't even use code, and
No.
like
Well,
it's doing really well.
I think the way Unreal works is that when you start a project, you have the option of either going with blueprints or I think you can
I
write
think
code in C++.
Yeah, I think that's how you do it.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure because I've never researched anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really a fan of Unreal. Like,
Yeah, me neither.
it's so big. It's like the biggest program ever. Like,
When you
I've
like
seen
when you start
people
with
say
it,
like,
it feels like you have to make a big game because of just how
yeah,
it
yeah,
doesn't
that's
feel like
true.
you can use it to make anything small. And it
Yeah,
does
it's
have really
not
good
for like,
graphics. Like if you
it's
want to use
not
3D.
good for pixel art.
No.
It's not good for like small little games. You got to make
Definitely not.
hyper realistic,
Yes.
beautiful games for using Unreal.
Yes.
So I just like to criticize it. I don't really like it at all.
Nah, me neither. Because I think Pontypants, the
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
think
do.
he uses Unreal with the visual blueprints.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I'm not really sure, but I think
I
he has.
saw one of his older videos and he said that.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But I think he did.
Yeah. There's so many like high quality devlogs on YouTube these days.
Yeah, so high quality. Like you feel like watching them over and over for some
Yeah.
reason.
And just like it's
If you're
really
bored,
interesting seeing everyone's unique styles. Like you know Thin Matrix?
yeah,
Like his videos are always
yeah,
so calming and just like
yeah,
relaxing
that's
to watch.
true.
And then like
Very
on the
good.
contrast, you've got like Danny who's like making
Yeah,
funny jokes and stuff.
super entertaining and
Yeah, but it's just like
like
neither are bad. They're just like really interesting to see the different styles
yeah,
and see what people can come up with.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Like I really like to see how people are creative and how they use their creativity, and it's really cool to see that. Um
yeah,
and it's cool for us like small,
yeah.
people on YouTube who haven't really grown that much yet.
No.
Like it's a good inspiration. It's
Yeah,
nice
it's
to
nice
take
to have a
in.
bunch of
So,
inspirations to like look up to.
yeah,
And yeah.
yeah.
So like what devlogs do you watch at the moment?
Devlogs,
Or just like
I'm
game related
really
videos in
I'm
general?
I'm really digging Dolphin devlogs made by
Yes.
yeah, DevDuck. They're
Yeah.
just really good. They're so calming and just feel
Yes.
nice to watch, and
Yeah.
I just like them.
DevDuck's got like is like doing really well.
Yeah.
His videos are so high quality.
Um, and I also watch like my friends on like my YouTube friends. They just upload a lot of videos, so I just like to watch them as well to you know,
Yeah.
it just feels nice to watch them.
Yeah. And then what was I gonna say now? I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, and another YouTuber who I've been watching like recently is Goodgus. He makes some really good
Yeah,
stuff.
he does. I
Yeah.
really like him. Um,
His channel's grown like
like
very quickly.
yeah. I really like Polymorphs as well.
Polymorph,
Polymorphs
yeah. I've
is
watched a few of his
yeah.
videos.
He's a very good YouTuber. I really like his style, and
Yeah, he makes
it's
good
really
videos.
funny to watch. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I've been really
I've
enjoying
actually
like oh no, sorry. Yeah.
yeah. I've actually got a collaboration with him somehow.
Oh,
Like
nice.
it's like a 50 developers create something.
Oh, like
It's
kind of like
cool.
what Ms.
And
does.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's gonna be fun.
How did
It's
you
gonna
get
be
that?
fun and
Can you say how you got that
um
or not really?
yeah, I guess I can. I mean, there's a lot of other small YouTubers which I know. Some of them are my friends and some of them I don't really know, but it's nice to meet them.
Yeah.
So basically, like I just woke up one day and I got pinged by someone and his name is Jirushi and he was like, "Hey, you got a nice channel. Do you want to join this collaboration?" I was like, "Heck yeah, I do." And I just joined it. So it's been fun. I've met a lot, which is awesome. And I've also talked with the big creators, which is also
Oh, wow,
really
nice.
cool.
I think that's the
And
benefit
I
of
feel
having
like
like a big network of people that you know.
yeah,
Can come with some really
yeah,
nice benefits.
yeah, it
Just like
is.
getting to know people in the community.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Because like when I started, I
Um,
was like completely isolated. Like I didn't really chat to anyone or like do
yeah,
podcasts like I'm doing now or anything like that.
yeah.
I was just like
It's
by
fun to
myself
interact with.
and just not talking
It's
to
it's
anyone.
fun to interact with. It's fun to interact with people that
Yeah.
like do the same thing that you do because it's like two minds alike, and it's just
Yes.
really nice.
Yes.
It's really nice.
Like my real life friends are all like nice to talk to, but none of them like do the same stuff as me. Like
Yeah,
none of them are
yeah.
programmers or make games or anything like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, some people are saying like, is Twitter worth it for game developers?
Yeah, because
And
Twitter
I
is like
would say
really
so.
oversaturated with stuff. Like it can be quite hard to stand out at times, but yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
it
worth it.
is. I mean, I've actually gotten some growth on Twitter these past days. Like,
Oh,
I
nice.
started my Twitter page, I guess like two or no, I think I started like a week ago. I
Mhm.
just like the way you can grow your Twitter page is just by using tags.
Yes.
That's basically how you do it. And like you get a lot of recognition. A lot of people retweet your stuff so that they can share it to more people, and it's really nice to just use tags. So if you use the proper tags and you make your tweet interesting, your Twitter page will blow up.
That's still something I'm working on. Just trying to make interesting tweets.
Yeah. What I like to do, I don't really use Twitter that often, but like when I do, I only like post game dev progress, milestones,
Same.
etc. And like it's really nice just to like tweet your progress and like see other people respond to it as well.
Yeah, my Twitter,
nice.
I think when I was starting, it grew quite a bit, but now it's kind of like stagnated a bit, like, yeah.
Yeah. Some people say like, is Instagram worth it? Like,
I've never used Instagram.
Comparing Instagram to Twitter, for game developers, I would say Twitter is the best because like it's got a lot of people on it and like a lot
I
of
would say
big
more of
YouTubers
the game
on it.
development community is on Twitter than Instagram. Like Instagram's
that's
mainly
true.
for I've never
Other
really
stuff.
used it. Yeah, other stuff. I've never actually
I only
used
use it for like I've only used it for like, friends and stuff. I don't really use it for anything else. Yeah, that's true.
Like that's more what Instagram's for rather than
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, like I was doing this thing at one point where I was uploading a GIF to Twitter every single day.
Yeah.
Which was really like, I don't want to say exhausting because like it wasn't really, but like it put pressure on me to make progress every single day, so I had something to tweet about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was good, but now that I have exams coming up kind of soon, it's really hard to keep up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What do you think of Reddit?
Like, Reddit? I actually don't use Reddit, so I have no idea. But like, I have tried. I have tried Reddit. It was cool. It's just that like, not many people notice it because like, there's so many people on it. Yeah,
like Reddit, to get noticed, you really have to like invest in a certain subreddit and like be active there and post stuff regularly, and then it's kind of like only then people will start noticing your stuff.
Yeah,
but that being said, like it doesn't always have to work that way because like I don't use Reddit that much, and then when I made my, I think I mentioned this already, but when I made my how I learned to make games as a teenager video, I posted it to the r/Gamedev subreddit, and just like for some reason people liked it, and it got quite a lot of upvotes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people, like, sometimes I feel like I'm just getting obsessed with, tweeting my progress and like, like sometimes it feels like I'm spending too much time on social media.
Yes.
And
it's easy.
It's a weird,
It's like,
and like sometimes like I like to take breaks.
I think I spend way too much time on my YouTube analytics page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when I just feel like I need to stop at some point, I just like to take breaks.
Yeah.
Like I just disconnect from the internet and just like, watch TV or something like that.
Yeah.
For like sometimes I go on for like 2 days, sometimes I just do it for like a few hours.
Yeah.
It just feels nice and like you feel refreshed and it's just a nice feeling to have. Yeah.
Yeah, like
and like I have experienced not taking breaks. Like one time I was like really in development on Sword of Fire, as I said. I was really into it and like I just had a breakdown. Like I was just super tired. I was just super tired. I just didn't want to work on it that much anymore. It was just very very like and like it's just annoying, to be honest.
Yeah. You're saying about like
no, I wouldn't say it was annoying. It was just tiring, actually. Tiring. Yeah, that's the word.
You were saying about like marketing your own stuff too much. I think another important thing to do is like when you're marketing your stuff, you also have to like get involved with the community with stuff that's not marketing your own stuff, like helping other people, answering like questions, and just like chatting. I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah,
important
that's
rather
true.
than just, and then people
Yeah,
will like
that's
kind of have
true.
more respect for you, and you won't be known as like just the guy who spams his stuff everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I think that's quite
I
important.
actually used to do that. I actually used to spam a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
um, when I
I'm
was
trying to
like
get better at
getting
it.
when I was getting growth pretty quickly, like from 50 to like 60 subscribers, that was like growth to me back then. And it still is pretty good growth, but
Yeah,
like
like
it
getting 10
wasn't
subs
I
in a
took
day
it
for me is still
I
pretty cool.
took I took I took it way too seriously. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually growing. I need to post more stuff. I was just hyperactive, going on to every Discord server I knew
Yeah.
and just posting like my latest video, my
Yes.
Discord server and like my channel and like I was like subscribe and I was like it was really annoying. Like a
Yes.
lot of people got annoyed with me and I got like kicked out of a lot of
Oh wow.
servers. So I was like, okay, stop it.
Yes.
And like
Yeah.
I just talked some sense into myself
Yeah.
and yeah.
What was I gonna say now? Yeah, so with my one of my latest videos, my devlog, I actually just decided to say like when I posted it, I wanted to do an experiment, just like see what would happen if I just posted it and I didn't post like spam every Discord server and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
think I posted it on my Twitter and then like
Mm-hmm.
one other server, and I
Yeah.
just to like see what would happen. And the video actually like it's not doing the best, but it's doing like average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
But like something interesting is that instead of like the majority of the views coming from external, the views were actually from the YouTube browse features, which is like the YouTube
Yeah.
homepage and up next and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting just to see that
That
like
is that's good.
if
Yeah.
I didn't post in Discord servers and on Reddit, then it's actually interesting to see that like more traffic comes from the browse pages.
Yeah, that's true. And
Which is
it's not
very
actually
interesting.
like other people from other servers like, hey, I'm just gonna watch your video. Oh, look, I'm just gonna subscribe. And they're
Yeah.
never gonna come to your channel.
Yeah.
And like if you don't do that, like other people will find your channel and they'll be like long time
Yes,
viewers
yeah.
and
Like that's more
it'll
important. I
be
think gaining loyal
yeah,
subscribers who are actually going to come back to your videos and like
yeah,
watch all of them and like and comment are more important than just getting a couple quick
yeah,
subscribers that probably will maybe
yeah,
like watch one or two of your
that's
videos and
true.
then just forget about you.
The most important thing on YouTube is watch time.
Yes,
YouTube
yes.
doesn't care about how many subscribers you
Yeah, yeah,
have,
that's
how
one thing
many,
that I see like a lot of people worrying about, like, oh, YouTube's not gonna
yeah,
recommend my videos because I don't have enough subscribers. But like,
yeah,
well,
exactly,
you've really got to look at YouTube from a business standpoint. Like, what do YouTube want? YouTube want you to be on
yeah,
their platform for longer, so they're gonna recommend you
exactly,
videos that it doesn't care. They
yeah,
don't care how many subscribers you have. If you have a video that's gonna keep people watching until the end,
yeah, that's
that's
true.
more valuable to them
So,
than how many subscribers you
so
have.
if any new YouTubers who are in game dev or watch, the main thing you want to focus on is watch time and
Yes,
click-through rate.
yes,
So
click through rate.
make your thumbnails look beautiful, make them
Yeah.
clickable. Ask people, like if you would want to click on that thumbnail.
Yes, that's something that I
And
actually do quite a bit. Like, I go to my family and just be like, hey, would you click on this if you saw this on YouTube?
yeah, I do that too. And then I
Yeah.
actually ask my Discord server as well, like, would you guys click on this?
Yes.
And I get some responses, I get some feedback, like
Yeah.
you should make the text a little darker or something like that. And it's nice because like once you actually upload the video and you start seeing a little growth, you can thank those people later
Yes. Yeah.
because they have done like a lot of help to you, even
Yeah.
though they might feel like it's very little.
Yeah. Yeah. Spending time making a high quality thumbnail, I would say, is like just important as spending time making a high
Yeah.
quality video.
So once you've got your watch time, once you got your click-through rate done, which basically is your thumbnail,
Yes.
you want to make your title catchy.
Yeah.
You don't want just to make it, lowercase. You want to add some capitalization.
Yeah, that's what I do quite a lot.
Sometimes. Yeah,
Like,
it
I
just
have
makes
some
it
words
more.
lowercase, some words capital.
It just makes it
stand out.
more stand out, and That's good.
Yeah, you
and
need to do everything
for
to kind of
keywords,
stand out.
you just want to look at what the video is about and basically put that in a way which sounds catchy into your title and put it somewhere in your description.
Yes,
And
yes,
that's
yes.
how YouTube will take your video and actually recommend it to people.
Tags, title,
But they
and
won't actually
description.
start, and they won't start recommending it yet because they don't know which person to recommend it to.
Yeah.
So tags are really important as well because tags will tell the algorithm where to put this. If I put a tag like game development, indie games, like YouTube, the algorithm will look like, okay, so this video has tags about game development and indie games. So I should probably recommend this to game developers and indie games and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And your video will start blowing up, or at least, just start getting some views.
Yeah,
So those are basically the most interesting and important things.
Yeah, like when I started, like before I started YouTube, like when I think one of my friends had a channel, and just like I helped him out every now and then with it, and like we had no idea how tags worked. Like we would be tagging our videos with the keyword YouTube. Yeah, just because we had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like tags, title, description. Just you need to put keywords in there to SEO optimize it as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So like, what code editor do you use, like when you're making stuff? Because doesn't Godot come with like a pre-built thing? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. But like, I don't only do game development. I also like to make Discord bots.
Oh, that's cool.
And like automate stuff with Python. So that's also a pretty big hobby of mine to just automate stuff and make Discord bots.
Like I was playing around with some website building like a while ago, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
So what do you use?
So I use Visual Studio Code for some things. And like if I want to go into like C# for something, like sometimes I like to just practice my C# to see if I haven't and then I just basically use Visual Studio sometimes. And like if I'm really like not digging VS Code for some reason, I just go with the basic IDLE. And
same. I think I've seen a few complaints about it in my comment section. Like, stop using IDLE.
Yeah. I actually made a Discord bot tutorial series on my channel, and I actually used IDLE because I didn't feel like opening up Visual Studio Code because IDLE loads way quicker than Visual Studio Code.
Back when I was using Unity, like I would have to like get up and just wait like 15 minutes for Visual Studio Code
to just like be ready for me to use, and
like
you have to load all the extensions, and like it's just a lot of time, and like sometimes it's glitchy. So I'd like to just use the basic IDLE because it's basic. I mean, there's not much to it, but it's still a good code editor.
Like that's why like text editors like Atom, and I guess IDLE. I guess that can kind of be considered a text editor.
I mean, it's only used for Python.
Yeah, but like
so I couldn't really.
No, maybe not. Yeah, that's why I think like Atom and stuff like that is better if you just want to write the code rather than like Visual Studio Code, because that comes with like just a lot of other stuff that you're probably never gonna use.
Yeah. So like,
Okay, we've been going for over an hour now.
Okay. You want to stop?
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate your time, and this was a really interesting conversation to have.
Yeah, it really was. Thank you for inviting me as well.
No problem.